Hello, mighty companion. This is Earl Purdy, and I'm going to do Course in Miracles lesson 138. I'm going to read it to you with drama and with feeling. I'm going to read the lesson to you. It's lesson 138, and lesson 138 is, heaven is the decision I must make. Heaven is the decision I must make. Happiness and love and peace is the decision I must make. Happiness and peace and heaven is the decision I must make. In this world, heaven and happiness is a choice, because here in this world we believe that there are alternatives to choose between. We think that all things have an opposite, and what we want we choose. If heaven, which is perfect joy, exists, there must be hell or fear as well. For contradiction is the way we make what we perceive and what we think is real. Creation knows no opposite. But here is opposition part of being real. It is this strange perception of the truth that makes the choice of heaven and happiness seem to be the same as the relinquishment of hell and fear. It's not really that way. It's not really that way. Yet what is true in God's creation cannot enter here until what is true in God's creation is reflected in some form the world can understand. Truth cannot come where truth could only be perceived with fear. For this would be the error. Truth can be brought to illusions. Opposition makes the truth unwelcome. Opposition makes the truth unwelcome, and the truth cannot come. Choice is the obvious escape from what appears as opposites. Decision lets one of conflicting goals become the aim of effort and expenditure of time. Without decision, the time is but a waste and effort dissipated. It is spent for nothing in return, and time goes by without results. There is no sense of pain, for nothing is accomplished, nothing learned. You need to be reminded that you think 1,000 choices are confronting you when there is really only one choice to make. And even this one choice to make but seems to be a choice. Do not confuse yourself with all the doubts that many decisions would induce. You make but one decision, and when that one decision is made, you will perceive it was no choice at all. For truth is true, and nothing else is true. There is no opposite to choose instead of truth. There is no contradiction to the truth. Choosing depends on learning, and the truth cannot be learned, but only recognized. In recognition, the acceptance of truth lies, and as it is accepted, the truth is known. But knowledge is beyond the goals we seek to reach and teach within the framework of this course. Ours are teaching goals to be attained through learning how to reach them, what they are, and what they offer you. Decisions are the outcome of your learning, for decisions rest on what you have accepted as the truth of what you are and what your needs must be. In this insanely complicated world, heaven in reality appears to take the form of choice. In this insanely complicated world, heaven appears to take the form of choice, rather than merely being what it is. Of all the choices you have tried to make, heaven and happiness is the simplest, most definitive, and prototype of all the rest. The one which settles all decisions. If you could decide the rest, this one remains unsolved. But when you solve this decision, this one, the others are resolved with it. For all decisions but conceal this one decision for heaven and happiness by taking different forms. Here is the final and only choice, in which is truth accepted or denied. So we begin today considering the choices that time was made to help us make. Such is its holy purpose, now transformed from the intent you gave it, that it be a means for demonstrating that hell is real. Hope changes to despair, and life itself must in the end be overcome by death. In death alone are opposites resolved, for ending opposition is to die. And thus salvation and healing must be seen as death, for life is seen as conflict. To resolve the conflict is to end your life as well. There's a part of you that believes that without conflict your life ends. These mad beliefs can gain unconscious hold of great intensity and grip your mind with terror and anxiety so strong that your mind will not relinquish its ideas about its own protection. It must be, in other words, your mind believes that it must be saved from the truth, from salvation. There's a part of the mind that believes that you must be threatened to be safe and magically armored against the truth. And these decisions are made unaware. To keep these decisions safely undisturbed, that means apart from question and from measure and from doubt. Heaven, which is perfect happiness and joy, is chosen consciously. This choice for your personal happiness cannot be made until alternatives are accurately seen and understood. All that is veiled in shadows must be raised to understanding, to be judged again, this time with heaven's help. And all mistakes in judgment that your mind has made before are open to correction, as the truth dismisses them as causeless. Now are they without effects. They cannot be concealed because their nothingness is recognized. The conscious choice of heaven, the conscious choice of constant happiness, is as sure as is the ending of the fear of hell when it is raised from its protective shield of unawareness and is brought to light. Who can decide between the clearly seen and the unrecognized? Yet who can fail to make a choice between alternatives when only one is seen as valuable, the other is worthy? The other is a wholly worthless thing. The other choice is but an imagined source of guilt and pain. In other words, who hesitates to make a choice like this? And shall we hesitate to choose for our peace and happiness and truth today? We make the choice for heaven and happiness as we wake, and we spend 5 minutes making sure that we have made the one decision that is sane. We recognize we make a conscious choice between what has existence and what has nothing but an appearance of the truth. Its pseudo-being brought to what is real is flimsy and transparent in the light of truth. It holds no terror now. This illusion holds no terror now. But what was made enormous, vengeful, pitiless with hate demands obscurity for fear to be invested there. Now it is recognized. Now our illusions are recognized. It's but a foolish, trivial mistake. Our misperceptions are just foolish, trivial mistakes. Before we close our eyes and sleep tonight, we reaffirm the choice that we have made each hour in between. And now we give the last 5 minutes of our waking day to the decision with which we awoke. As every hour passed, we have declared our choice again. In a brief, quiet time devoted to maintaining sanity, we declare our choice again. And finally, we close the day with this, acknowledging we chose but what we want. We chose but what we want. Heaven, which is perfect happiness, which is love, is the decision I must make. I make the decision for happiness and perfect love now. And I will not change my mind. I will not change my mind. I will not change my mind. Because happiness, peace, and love, heaven, is the only thing I want. Heaven is a decision I must make. Heaven, which is happiness, perfect happiness, constant happiness, love, union, is the decision you must make. Truth is a decision you must make. Truth is a decision you must make. Heaven is the decision you must make. You make that decision for heaven and happiness now, and you will not change your mind. And you will not change your mind because it is the only thing you want. Heaven and happiness is the only thing you want. So, I'm going to say it. Heaven is the decision I must make. Heaven is the decision I must make. Heaven is the decision you 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 must make. Happiness is the decision you must make. Joy is the decision you must make. Joy is the decision you must make. Happiness is the decision I must make. Happiness is the decision I must make. Happiness is the decision you must make. Happiness is the decision you must make. Heaven 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 is the decision you must make. Happiness is the decision you must make. Happiness is the decision you must make. Happiness is the decision you must make means heaven is the decision I must make. 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 Okay, mighty companions, this is Earl Purdy. Go to www.earlpurdy.com and check out my classes and my website. and let peace extend from my mind and my heart to yours. Yeah.